Welcome to Secrets Out Idaho. Each week, we let you in on the secrets of Southern Idaho and speak to the people who make it such a unique, hidden gem. I'm your host, Connie Stouffer. Sony Haynes, thank you so much for being with me today. I'm so excited to talk to you about the 12 Cool Things to Give and the United Way of South Central Idaho. Thank you for being with me.
Hi, thank you so much. This is a great opportunity to really talk about great things that are going on in our community and how we can support each other and make some direct impact. This is wonderful. Thank you.
Of course. So the one we're going to talk to you today about is pillows, which is something I hadn't thought of before. So tell me more about pillows and why they might be in need.
Yeah, one of the really cool things about my position, I am what's called a resource development director, which in the world of worlds, it doesn't mean much, except for I build relationships and I bridge gaps. So I'll meet with a lot of for-profits and find out what resources they have available. And then I meet with tons of nonprofits, from foster families to Sleep in Heavenly Peace, the homeless shelters, the food pantries, all the schools, work with all these organizations. And sometimes there's this item that keeps coming up. And the one item that keeps coming up is pillows. It is something that I did not realize was a pretty costly item to purchase, but is so needed by so many organizations. And I just really would love to be able to have this conversation with people to understand how they can give something super simple, buy a pillow every week and donate a pillow. That's how many, 52 pillows a year. And it's just really going to make an impact.
It's so true. And I didn't realize it either until I had seen a list that was put out by the Refugee Center on things that they were really in need of. And some of the things they were in need of were pillows and bedding. And so the next time I was at Target, I just threw a couple of extra pillows and sheets in my cart. And there are some that are fairly affordable. But if you're a refugee and you have to set up a whole household for a whole family and you have limited income or things like that, it's the things like pillows that get overlooked. You're like, I don't need a pillow, but a pillow sure would be nice, right? For people that have a good night's sleep and they've been working all day and just a place to lay their head. So
yeah, and it's a personal item. I think that's what I really realized, like with the homeless shelter and the refugees and the foster children. This is what pinched my heart. So refugees, they are strong and resilient. Homeless families, they're kind of like recognizing their situation. But imagine being a foster child, right? So you're going into foster care, you're going into a home. The only thing a child gets to keep in most cases is their pillow. And I was like ready to run down there and buy like 500 pillows so that I could ensure that, and then you figure a pillowcase. I mean, has anyone priced out a pillow and a pillowcase lately? It is not inexpensive. It's at least $15 and that's, obviously you can get them on sale and things like that, but we're talking for a nice pillow and a pillowcase, it's about $15. And if you're a foster child, you don't even know sometimes where your next meal is coming from or, what the world's going to be throwing at you. And your pillow is the one thing that is yours. Like, you're like, I know my head went on this, my germs are on it. It's mine. And I just, and like you said, the refugees and the homeless families, when you think about children's and even Sleep in Heavenly Peace, I've met with Luke several times about this saying, what are some things that we can do? And he's like, pillows and bedding are always something that we find when we go to these homes that they don't have. It's a luxury item, which in our minds should not even be the case, right?
Yeah. Well, and, I think my first realization of this was a long time ago when my husband and I were just dating. He was in college and his roommate didn't have sheets. Like, he just slept on like the dorm mattress that like a million other people have slept on. And I was just like, ugh. But like some people just don't have sheets, they just don't have the extra, and, you get a whole set of sheets and a comforter and a pillow, that's going to be $50 at least, right?
Oh, at least, yeah.
Don't have it. And I think it does make such a big difference to have like a soft, clean thing that is your own, especially if you're a foster child and you're moving from home to home, something that is constant, even if it's just something small.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you said the pillow becomes, a sense of stability. It is something that is so simple and so important to, like you said, get a good night's sleep. Like, I cannot sleep without my pillows. I honestly think, I wonder as a child if I didn't have a lot of pillows, because I love my pillows. And, it's just that I got to have lots of pillows. And even when I'm sitting on the couch, you want to grab a pillow and snuggle up with it. And I just think that sense of stability is something as a community we should really be thinking about. And it's something that we don't. We just assume that they're going to have a pillow or bedding.
Right, exactly. I think it's one of those things that's easy to take for granted when you have what you need. And honestly, it was a lot of fun when I went and picked out those sheets and pillowcases for the refugee center. I had fun because I was picking out different patterns and I was like, I wonder what they would like. I have no idea who's going to get it, but I'm like, geez, this is something fun. And it just, I don't know. I think it's a way to like give back that feels a little bit more personal, and then give somebody something that they're going to enjoy and make their night sleep so much better. And sleep is so important.
Yeah. And even like at the Valley House, the homeless shelter, one of the things that they pride themselves on is when the families come in, if the children, are using the pillows and the bedding, they try to make sure that they're able to leave with items if needed. And so that's the thing, is that it's a constant support and sustainable outreach to all these organizations. So I highly recommend pillows as something that you probably haven't thought about, but it is very important to a lot of nonprofits that you're passionate about.
Yeah, I think it's easy. I think everyone every once in a while, like I think you're supposed to replace your pillows like every year or something. I probably don't do it that often, but
really? I'm in trouble.
But like, I think, next time you're buying pillows or pillowcases or sheets for your home, throw in an extra case. Or if it's, Black Friday and you're buying, stuff for your house, buy a couple extras. Like and I think that goes for everything we've talked about in the past. Like if you're buying home stuff or food or laundry detergent, like just throw an extra in your cart, particularly if you see them on sale. Like I know everybody can't do that every time they go shopping, but if you have a few extra bucks and can throw an extra one in your cart, do that, because it's going to
the day after Thanksgiving Day sale is my tip. If you can be strategic and say, I want to invest and buy 100 pillows, right? They're $2.99 at Fred Meyer and Walmart every year. They're not the most. Yeah, $2.99. And so I even told my boss, Bill, with the United Way, I was like, I need $300. He's like, and it's the day after Thanksgiving Day sale. And he's like, why? And I said, because we've got to buy 100 pillows. He's like, okay. But I mean, that's the other thing about working with a local organization like the United Way is we're always trying to find ways to use our partners, serve people at the highest, but also save money. And the day after Thanksgiving, let's rally, contact me, reach out to me. Let's do a drive at your work and say it's a pillow drive, how fun would that be?
I think it would be lots of fun. Like everyone does Coke drives, which are obviously needed, but shake it up, do something different, pillows, sheets, laundry detergent, do whatever you think would be fun for your office place or your family. I think, wouldn't it be fun for a family to do at Christmas instead of, buying, so many presents? Maybe everyone has to find something that they're going to donate for Christmas.
Well, and I have this vision where, the pillowcase is another thing with the foster families that's very important, or refugees or homeless, whatever, because that pillowcase is kind of again, theirs, right? And I was like, how fun would it be to decorate the edge of the pillowcase, have maybe kids do a project, or workplace, you could write special message to a child or to someone to say, here's a quote that always meant something to me, and sign it in permanent marker. It won't last forever, or you could draw a picture, a stencil. I don't know. I was just thinking of ways to have an activity where the pillowcase and the pillow kind of go together and you donate those. Sleep in Heavenly Peace is one that I know would really love and appreciate that, because they physically go into the homes and put the beds up and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think there's lots you could do. You could tie-dye them. You could make messages.
That'd
you could sew
fun. Yeah, that would be fun. Anyway, I get excited and passionate about it. I know it sounds, but that's kind of how these things are, is you don't ever really know until you start digging deep. What is a gap? And a pillow is something as a community we need to be aware of.
That is so true. Sonia, thank you so much for being on here and sharing that with us. If you want to find out more about ways to give, you can visit unitedwayscid.org or southernidaho.org/lifestyle to find more of the 12 cool things to give. Thanks so much, Sonia.
Thank you, Connie.
Thanks for listening to Secrets Out Idaho. You can follow Southern Idaho Economic Development on social media or visit southernidaho.org to learn more. Please take a moment to leave a rating and review and subscribe so you can be the first to hear more Secrets Out Idaho. Until next time.